Welcome to the I Love Computer Center's Joomla video series. My name is Michael, and today we're going to be covering the basics of the control panel in Joomla. Essentially, we're going to be taking a website from start to finish, and this is video 1. So right now, if you're looking at this screen, this is the Joomla administration login. This is the login that you get when you first install Joomla. It'll give you a link that says, click here. It takes you to the administrator login. This is the login. This is something you'd want to bookmark. So right now we're going to go ahead and log in. Okay, right now this is the control panel. Everything you can do to your Joomla website is done through here. There's several ways you can get here. When you first log in, you'll be taken to the control panel, or later on, if you need to get back to the control panel, you can always hit Site and then come to Control Panel, and it'll take you right back here. Now, I know that the version of Joomla is up to 2.5 as of the time of this video, but I have a lot of customers that still use the 1.5.23 version because it comes with HostGator. It's installed on Fantastico. It's really easy to update, and HostGator hasn't upgraded yet, so I have a lot of people that ask me about it. That's why we're doing it in 1.5. But anyway, so right now it's going to show logged in users. I am the super administrator, and it's showing me as being logged in. This little list will also show you any logged in users you have on your website. And now this is useful if you have tons of people coming in and using their own logins and registration, which we'll be covering here in a minute. And this will give you a list of everybody who's logged in, their names, what part of the group they belong to, which you can change, so on and so forth. So right now we're going to look at the global configuration. This is how we're going to be starting our website. So if we click on global config, now here we're only going to concentrate on just a few of these settings, only because there's no reason to get too much into the more advanced stuff until later on. So right now the site settings, site offline, you can turn this to no and yes. What this is that if I was to click this and go ahead and save it, it'll show up as a website is a white page with this writing right here on it. So this site is down for maintenance. Please check back again soon. You can make this say whatever you want if you want to take your site offline for any reason. There's lots of reasons why you'd want to do that. I never do, only because I don't really care if people see my changes. So the site name, this is the name of your website. So like if I'm doing a golfing website, so right now the extension is golfing.ilovecomputercenter.com. It's a subdomain. But if you were to put in, like if you were to buy, I don't know, happykittens.com. Oh, kittens, if I can spell it right. That's where you'd want to save it. Now, the site name will come into play on your template. It'll come into play with the emails. There's tons of different places that your site name will come into play on. I'm going to go ahead and change mine back to golfing. The default WYSIWYG editor is the what you see is what you get editor, which means anything you see when you're putting stuff on it is exactly how it's going to come out in your article or your website. Joomla comes with the tiny MCE editor already installed in it, which I'm going to go ahead and leave on because everybody has it. There's all kinds of different editors you can download and put in your extensions and mods, which we'll be covering later on. You can also choose to have no editor, but we're not going to do that. We need to keep this really simple for everybody to use, so we're going to leave that alone. List length, this, when you're on your content and menu lists and everything, this is how many that will show. Like right now, the I Love Computer Center has, like 130 plus articles on it, so it's only going to show me 20 at a time. Now, if it does have settings on the bottom where you can show all or show 150, stuff like that, but this is the default. This is what it will always be. I'm going to go ahead and change that to 50 for now. The feed length, it's the same thing for any feeds, RSS feeds and whatnot. And the email, we'll go ahead and leave the rest of that alone. The metadata settings, this is part of your search of how websites find you. So I've already changed the global meta description for the greater northeastern Colorado golf fanatics. It used to say something about Joomla, I can't remember offhand exactly what, but I went ahead and changed it because that's like the basic description of your website. So if you were doing like happy kittens, you do like for people who love happy kittens, whatever. It's just a short description is all you need. Your keywords. Now these also will embed into every article you write, and sometimes if you get spidered by Google, it'll give you all kinds of errors if you don't change your keywords in your articles, which I will cover. So we're not doing a Joomla website. What we're doing is a golf website. So we're going to go ahead and put golf. Oops. Golfing northeastern Colorado. And later on, when I start adding more content, I might come back in here and add more to the keywords. But for now, that's going to be good. Only because that when we start writing our articles, we're going to be adding keyword-specific content to each article, and it's really easy. I'll show you how to do that. So we're only going to cover the really basics today. So let's move on. The rest of this you really don't need to worry about yet. A lot of this is going to be blacked out, so you can't see it because it's my log folder and personal information for my website. Yours will be different, and I don't see any reason why you need to see mine. So, user settings. Now, if you want to allow your users to be able to register to your website, you can turn this on to yes. It should be yes as default, but I changed a few settings. This is like the second video I made. The first one kind of went to hell, so. Allow user registration. I'm going to select no on these because I don't want users to be able to register on my website or log in just yet. I might add stuff later on that is user-friendly, like maybe some kind of mod for golfing or something like that. That's only for registered users, but for now I'm not going to worry about it. And the rest of this you don't need to worry about. FTP, don't need to worry about. Okay, the local settings for a time zone. Default, I believe, is 0 for Joomla. I went ahead and changed mine to my time zone, which is Mountain Time. This is helpful for updates or if you're tracking information. What else? Email sending, just all kinds of things will require time zone. So it's best if you have the correct time zone. So if you're looking for something that's time specific, then you're able to look it up according to your own time. And the rest of this we're not going to worry about, especially mail settings. That might be covered later on, specifically for our newsletters and stuff like that. So, but that's all we're going to need to worry about today. It's just the local settings, our user settings, and our metadata settings and site settings. The rest of this is on the advanced side, which is stuff we don't need to be playing around with just yet. Later on, if we come across stuff that we'll need to change, then we'll go ahead and do it. But for now, we're going to go ahead and hit save. On Joomla, you have two options, save and apply. The difference is when you apply something, it saves the settings but keeps you on the window that you're on. So like if you applied it and like, oh well, I forgot I wanted to change something, so you can go in here and change it. And now we go ahead and hit apply again. So it saves it again, but this time I also kept my changes from before and keeps me on this window. At any point if I want to hit save, it takes me right back to where I was, which is the control panel. In the next article, we're going to be covering our theme, which is what your website looks like. For now, if you click on the preview, that's what it looks like. Fancy, huh? Powered by Joomla, XML, CSS, blah, 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 blah. This is the absolute basics of Joomla. This theme comes with just about every installation, so. And that's it for the global configuration. Next time we'll be covering themes, and I hope to see you there. Thank you, and goodbye.